Episode 50. What's up, Flobo? What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Flobo, in the bunker, as Christian Blatt would say. Sidebar, I actually got myself involved in the Blattcast. Christian Blatt's another host at AfterBuzz. We do Star Trek Picard, and we do Kirby Enthusiasm. He has his own podcast. So I was on it last night. I recorded it last night. It's going to be out soon, but he called his recording area the bunker because he's in his garage, and I just totally started off the show by stealing that. How's everyone doing? I'm actually looking at my notes today because there's a bunch of things I want to talk about. Kind of a mismatch of things here in Southern California. Things haven't changed. Things are still locked down. You can still go to the store. You can still run and exercise. We'll talk about that in a minute. Just getting used to the new normal. Seeing a lot of more people outside with gloves and masks and every all that stuff. But it's true. I don't know if everyone's watching this show from out of state wondering how's it over there in California. It's pretty much the same way it's been the past 3 weeks. And it's very easy for everything to like come at you and be crazy. And I try my hardest not to mention the names of the things that are causing this strife, but know that we're all in it together, as they say. This weekend itself was kind of interesting. Boredom kind of got to me, and I actually acted upon a idea from Jack Farmer a couple weeks ago. He was like, "Hey, we should probably do a podcast," and I go, "That's great. I don't really want to do more. I got what's up, Flobo, guys? It's all good." But last Friday, I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get together. Let me go find out how we can actually get this done on a logistical standpoint. And then on Saturday, we went live in front of our millions and dozens of fans. And it was a lot of fun being able to work with another person who I admire and I respect and appreciate in an out-of-work situation, because I know on the shows we work on, the shows we host over at AfterbuzzTV, Wrestling and Sports, the Raw and NXT After Show, it's very structured. We talk, we banter, next match, talk, banter, next match. And even though we text each other every day, it was really a chance for us to talk shop. This would be in the bar with us sharing drinks if we can go outside and if Jack drank a lot of biffs. But that was pretty cool being able to discuss. It's actually on the channel. It's called Wrestling with Your Questions. I'll actually leave a link here on the preview video at the end of this video, so you can go out there and check it out. It's a nice hour conversation. We're talking about wrestling, how we got started in AfterBuzz, how we became friends before that in the DJ space, and how we're trying to make it work content creating wise with everything that's going on right now. So yeah, please, quick plug, check that out. My Saturday was testing out the equipment, testing out the program, and trying it out. So shout out to StreamYard. You guys are great. You guys were fantastic to help us out through this, and hopefully we can do more. If you guys want to see more, let me know. And if you have questions you want to ask, two great hosts out there, let me know as well, so we can chop up game and all that. In fact, this was episode 50. I was going to tell myself every 25 episodes I was going to do a Q&A episode. We handled a lot of the questions there. So I have like 2 big questions I'll probably just spin off and have another episode of What's Up, Flobo we talk about. But as far as just how we got started in wrestling and how we love wrestling, how we love hosting, thoughts about being a host and all that stuff, personal questions and my background and comedy, all that stuff is in that Wrestling with Your Questions video with Jack Farmer. This weekend also, I don't know how you're doing financially. I know I'm pretty much, I'm not bad. I'm not great. Obviously, it's only been 2 weeks, but I try to support small businesses where I can, especially with my meals and delivery charges or what have you. So there was a soul food restaurant here in Los Angeles called Comfort LA. And I put some money up there and support small business, man. Because look, I'll be honest with you, when it comes to things like these, the big guys will take a hit, but they'll eventually recover. McDonald's will not go out of business. They will try to send grimace grams to your door before they go under. But the person running the pizzeria across the street, the one you walked by every day and go, I would love to walk in here and try it if I had the time, but you never did. Now's the time. They need you now more than ever. Tips the food delivery guy as well, or gal. They are on the front lines, actually, the go-between between these restaurants and yourself. So if you have the means, please do it. If you don't, I totally understand. If you come across a local restaurant with a deal, like there's a Italian restaurant in town that's giving half off orders if you call them up, just share that to your social network and say, hey, look, I can't partake in this, but if you guys can help us out, let me know. And the same thing too. I mean, look, I started a Patreon at patreon.com/FloboBoys, and I also have the the web store at flobito.threadless.com. Just to, hey, if you got some time, got some means to help a brother out, do this time, all great, because it really comes down to it. No matter what you feel about your protection or your representation or your government or the globe's response to things, all you have is your fellow man. And we were raised right to treat our fellow man with the respect they deserve. And if they're hurting, please share. And if you feel like they don't deserve it, that's on you. But the option's there to be a good and kind and hearted person. So yeah, that's it. That's my message to you. But today, real quick, I want to talk to you about cardio. I've tried to keep my workouts indoors. Got the little prison workout going, some sit-ups, push-ups, some kettlebells, some what they call Hindu push-ups. Thanks to Nassar to put me onto that. Just try to get the whole body right and tight when gyms open back up. But cardio has been the hardest thing for me because I hate doing cardio indoors. Well, cardio isn't great to begin with, but I hate doing it indoors. So I'll take every other day or every third day to run around my neighborhood. We're allowed to do that under the lockdown ordinances. You can run, you can exercise for that hour or whatever that is, as long as you're not hanging out in parking lots and trying to hit up restaurants and just sit there. So yeah, so I still try to run as basically as I can, at the bare minimum, just to keep my weight maintained, because I struggle with weight issues all my life. But I can tell you what, social distancing is making that incredibly difficult. I live in Los Angeles, and so even though 10% or 3% or 1% of people are outside, that's still a whole lot of people outside. So what has been a simple, I'm going to run down Venice Boulevard or run to Mar Vista Park, becomes this game of juking and jiving and cutting out 6 feet away from people. Like I'm like cutting into like storefronts or like the awning front of a store, or I'm like in the bike lane trying to avoid people. And I'm like, this is incredibly dangerous. I don't know the best way to do this unless I start running at night, but then I don't have any high visibility clothes, and watch me, I'll be the guy getting run over by a bus, right? So I feel like the last couple of days have been like the most intense workout, because there's like the workout of running, then is the cross-training lateral movement of like juking and jiving and sidestepping. And then there's like the constant fear of like tripping, busting an ankle, getting within 6 feet of people. It's an adjustment, man. It's an adjustment. But the thing I guess I want to share with you is that I'm still attempting things. I know it's hard to do things the way we normally want to do, but the idea is just to find alternatives until things get better. If not, there's always gym equipment you can buy online and do a little band resistance training or a little bit of a jumping jacks in your room just to keep the heart moving, the blood pumping. I don't think I'll ever warm up to cardio indoors, but busting a knee or ripping an ACL might be the incentive enough to try to find an alternative options. My buddy also, Nassar, the same guy I talked to you before, he talked about Hindu push-ups. He actually gave me, he gifted me DDP yoga. So there was something he said like, hey man, you should buy this, you should buy this. I'm like, nah. He's like, look, I bought it for you. I sent it to you. At least open it. Honor me by opening it. So I might be trying that this week. I'll let you know how DDP yoga is, if I can feel the bang and all of that. Yeah, so until next time, please, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure you leave it down below. You subscribe to the channel, support the homie. I'm over at Twitch as well, at twitch.tv/Flobo Boys. I'm a Rocket League main guy on Twitch, but I've actually been playing around with Forza the past couple of days because Rocket League server has been pretty laggy. Follow, brother. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to hear. And until next time, be yourself. Peace out.